Good afternoon, everyone. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And today I have Latrisa Pugh on my channel today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Fine, fine. Now tell us a little about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Latrisa Pugh, and I live in Alabama. I am a country girl, and I graduated from the University of Alabama. And I actually started off in engineering, but I ended up switching to accounting and decided that one day I wanted to help people with finances. And so now, after working in accounting for 10, well, almost 11 years now. It's amazing how time flies by. And now, since I graduated from my master's program, so 2013, I've been working to volunteer with financial literacy, and I launched my business in 2018, Pugh Financial Coaching.
Okay. Now tell us about your book.
My book, Finding Financial Freedom, is a 21-day devotional where I go through my journey of how I grew to trust God with my finances. I decided to do a devotional because you really don't see a lot of finance devotionals out there, and you hear people talk about just give it to God, just give it to God. And finances is something that people struggle with frequently. And I wanted to give my viewpoint, my experiences, to let people know that you can trust God with your finances, just like you trust Him with everything else.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
What made you write this book?
What made me write this book, honestly, it was with a conversation with a family member. We were talking, and she's like, "Man, there's a book in you." I wouldn't consider myself a writer prior to writing this book, and after talking with my my now publisher, she said, well, just start writing. And so that's what I did. I started writing down a devotional at a time. I committed to, I think it was probably like 15 minutes a day of just writing every day. And so I started the project in August 2008. Well, I'm getting my years confused. August 2017, and the book was finished by December. So, yes, ma'am.
Wow. Since writing this book, have you found that your finances have improved?
Yes, it has. And see, that's the thing. Like you can read this devotional many times. Like in the book, I talk about my journey with tithing, and how uh, during the book I was on track to tithing off my gross. So I hadn't completed that task. So, but August, yeah, August 2019 was the first time that I tithed off my gross. And so, since then, I've seen a lot of opportunities come, and I'm still growing in my journey. So, this book is only a chapter of my life, and I continue to grow in my finances every day.
Mhm. How has this book helped others? How will it help others?
Well, so the best thing about reading a book or any self-development book is you get to do it from the convenience of your home without anybody watching, right? So finances is a taboo topic that people might not want everybody else to know their business. And so, investing in this book will allow you to walk through this process without anybody watching. And so you can be honest with yourself. I have these segments called Teresa's Truth, and I'm transparent about, things that I've struggled with. And so, your testimony can be like the best example that you can provide for other people, because they're able to listen to you because of your personal experiences, and saying like, I'm not professing to be a person who's been perfect with their finances their entire life. I'm saying to them that I've messed up. I've learned from my mistakes, and now I want to share the lessons that I've learned, so you won't. So, A, if you're younger, you won't have to go through those mistakes. B, if you're older, you can get out of it, because I was able to get out of it too.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your number one piece of financial advice?
Number one piece, man. Um, Start where you are. You don't have to conquer the mountain at one time. Just take the first step and be consistent with that first step, and then grow from there. It's a muscle that you're building. So taking the first step, whether it be if all you can do right now is put $5 to the side for savings, do that. Be consistent with that. And then as you get more consistent with that, then now you can challenge yourself to take it to the next level. Then you can go up to 10 and 15. And, hopefully one day you can start putting $1,000 in savings. But everybody has to start somewhere, and you can't beat yourself up because you can't do the large lump sums right now. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Hmm. Do you have any tips for saving money?
So that kind of goes with what I was just talking about. So the question that I always ask is, what is the amount of money that you can go without that would not impact your life? So if right now you know that you could spare $20, you start with that $20, and then then becomes consistent with it. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, I can do $20 now. I got a raise. So now that I've gotten a raise, don't spend your entire raise. Get into the habit of spending less. And a lot of that comes from just knowing your personal habits. So if you are a person who likes to go down here, Chick-fil-A is really big. People love Chick-fil-A. So if Chick-fil-A is your thing and you go there 5 times a week, or 3 times a week, cut that back to 1 time a week or 2 times a week. And the money that you would have spent at Chick-fil-A, now put that into your savings account. I'm not saying that everybody's situation is perfect, and I know a lot of people are going through a lot of things, but I do know that we are in a situation where we can put money back. And I don't know when this recording is going out, but we're approaching a stimulus that's coming to our bank accounts. We've had 3 times to get this thing right. 3 times to get it right. And so a portion of that stimulus, if you do not have at least $1,000 in your savings account, you should be putting a portion towards that to start off your emergency fund.
Oh, wow, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the biggest struggle people have in finding financial freedom?
Um, Forgiving themselves. We will hold ourselves to be our own worst critic, and we will continue to beat ourselves up for mistakes that we've made 5, 10 years ago. When you forgive yourself, you give yourself permission to move on. And so I would say that a lot of the issues that I see a lot of people have is because they're beating themselves up. And so it's okay. Give yourself grace so you can move forward.
Okay. Why did you pick only 21 days emotional?
Only 21 days because I mean, generally speaking, you hear a lot of critics say that, or experts say that it takes 21 days to break a habit.
Okay.
So 21 days is a good start. Now I will say that 21 days, if it takes 21 days to break a habit, it probably takes 21 pay periods for you to get to the swing of things. So that 3 weeks is not enough for you to just say, oh, I got my freedom and finances. So you have to continue on the journey. In each pay period, you are making a decision to make wise choices when it comes to your finances.
Okay. Would you like to read a snippet from your book?
Sure. Day 6 is my favorite. I always go to it. Um, let's see. I'll read Teresa's Truth. And this is the verse: Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. And that's Malachi 3:10. Personally, I started with 3% fresh out of college. Why? That was the number I gave God, and after prayer, He never said no. I gave consistently, and God has blessed my finances to where there is no way I would not give to Him. I get excited as the number keeps rising. Now I'm working on giving 10% gross. It has truly been a journey, but I am grateful that God blessed my little effort. If He can do it for me, I know He can do it for you. Trust God with what you give, and He will take care of the rest.
Ooh, amen.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
projects are you working on right now?
Right now, I have a accountability group. So my word for the year is finish, and so I'm helping people finish their financial goals. So if you need that one-on-one or group accountability, you can definitely join that group. If you go to my website, www.pewfc.com. You can find the information or visit me on social media at PUFC. And I'm actually in the process of working on another book. So I just started like this week. So we'll see.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm looking forward to going through that journey again. I know it'll be really different this time, but I'm excited.
okay. What is your role in the literary community?
As far as like just reading in general,
Mm-hmm.
my role, I didn't like reading growing up. And honestly, I know now that a lot of that had to be just because I needed glasses and I didn't know it. I have a really bad astigmatism, so and I didn't know that what was causing my headaches. So I didn't start really get into reading until after I graduated college. So, so my role, honestly, is to encourage people to one, pay attention to your body, because it might be something else, and two, and find something that you enjoy reading. Whether it's Greek and Roman mythology, if it's young adult nonfiction, whatever it is, find your genre that works for you. It doesn't have to be rigid. Just find what works best for you. So that's how I encourage others to read. And then um, I'm also an advocate for things that inspire me is sharing that information. So that's how I encourage others to obtain the knowledge, enjoy it, and then when you find something that works for you, pass that on to someone else.
Mm-hmm. What are you reading now?
What am I reading now? I'm being like a nerd, business mind wise. So I'm reading Profit First. So that's a entrepreneur book. Um, I am reading the 21 Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. Um, Man, oh, and Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. It is by Dennis Kimbrough. So it's based off of Napoleon's Hill first book, and so he took a part of his manuscript and transferred it to the Black audience. And actually, the 30-year anniversary, I believe, is coming up this year, so or sometime this year that he's promoting it of that book. Yes, ma'am.
What What has been your greatest accomplishment thus far in your literary career?
The greatest accomplishment so far is hearing the testimonies of others. I think it was, shortly after the book, I had someone who you text me and said, since I started reading your book, and it was probably maybe like 6 to 7 weeks after it released, and it
Mhm.
was like, since I've been reading your book, I've been saving, $80 a week, and now I have this much money, and I've never had that before. So actually seeing people's lives change to where they're not ashamed of what they've been through, and they're taking steps forward to overcome their financial burdens, and now they are on their way they have financial freedom, but now they're on the way to living their lives the way that they would love to be the best version of themselves. So that is the legacy that I like to leave.
Okay. Where can we find you and your books?
You can find it on Amazon, or you can buy it directly from my website for a signed copy. So I can't even talk right now. Finding Freedom and Finances, a 21-day devotional, or search by my name, Latrisa Pugh. That's LatrisiPugh, and you will find it there for $10 on Amazon, and for the signed copy is $15
Okay, do
plus
you have
tax.
your book with you?
I do. I
Can you
do.
hold it up and let everybody see?
Yes, ma'am. Finding Freedom and Finances, a 21-day devotional.
All righty. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close?
Um, let's see. Just start. Whatever you're working for, whatever you're trying to achieve, just start. Like the hardest step is just beginning, and decide daily that you're going to make efforts to improving yourself, and watch how things work. Unfortunately, success is like watching dry paint, but when it's done, it's a beautiful masterpiece. So everybody can achieve greatness.
All right. Thank you for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. Happy reading. Bye, y'all.